All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Mr. Cat Dota 2 Invitational Playoffs. This is going to be game number 2 of a best of 3 between Warriors Gaming Unity and the Mongols. Game number 1 was certainly one of the most action-packed and craziest endings I have ever seen, as Mongols were able to take it in a true base race fashion, or more of a just kill all of the other heroes and storm their base fashion. But either way, very exciting games so far. I'm going to be your caster, Annie, aka Android, and I'm being joined by none other than Mop Pax. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Game number 1 was very exciting, as you said. Spicy Dota right there, right up to the end. It's pretty fantastic. So, no Shadow Demon bans, and therefore we're going to be seeing him this game. Pretty popular support. Very good up against the actual Beastmaster, who's now been banned out. Another great support for dealing with those boars and hawks and all that nonsense. But Elder Titan also a decent pairing with Shadow Demons. So, now they're heading over to Warriors Gaming. And we'll see, I guess, if they can have a little bit of a better time throughout that entire, early game. The Elder Titan really didn't do anything. You don't get that nice presence of, in the mid lane, and maybe just a little bit rusty on it from the Mongol side. So I'll be interested to see if it goes, a little bit better in the early game for them.
Oh, Sand King. I love this hero. Comboed up with the Elder Titan is phenomenal. You go, the natural order just wreaks havoc, and Sand King should be able to get a decent amount of farm. Now, I want to talk a bit about the Mongols picks here. Shadow Demon, like you mentioned, he's debuting, and he combos well with so many heroes. I've seen him run a lot with the Mirana. I've seen him picked up a ton with the Luna. So if this is going to be a mid-juggernaut, then Luna is definitely still a possibility for Mongols, just because, I mean, you disrupt the Luna, you make illusions, you got Moonglaives bouncing every which way.
Yeah, Warriors Gaming are, really odd with their Sand King. Especially here, because they're picking it up with an Elder Titan. So now they're showing that, there's no mix-up here. Because I believe the last time they ran it mid with the Sand King. So I guess now at this point it's basically guaranteed either mid or off lane. But it's, they're just a team that's willing to pick Sand King before you see the enemy mid. A lot of teams would pick Sand King as a mid hero when they've already seen a melee coming in, maybe a Dragonite or even a Timbersaw, and you're gonna have an okay time. It's weird, so early. I don't know, they just mega value this hero, I guess.
I don't recall if it was Warriors. I'm not quite sure. I think it may have been.
Because it's well,
I
no,
think
sorry.
I think it was Warriors. I think they ran it off lane at one point, and it was wildly successful.
Well, this is you're dual laning it mid with some other mid hero. It's not necessarily because the way I said it made it sound like it was gonna be a core mid, but the reason it's so weird is because you're expecting it to be a real 5 role support to go with it, but by revealing this Elder Titan, what is the Sand King gonna be doing now? Is he an offlaner? Is he actually even a bigger core going into that mid? Because they kind of gave him more farm than you would expect in the previous game. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, I gotta hand it to both these teams. This third pick Meepo respect ban in every match so far. Ajit is an amazing Meepo player on the side of Warriors Gaming Unity, but you know, Meepo Morphling banned out. Just huge amounts of respect to these carries.
I'm still not over the Sand King. I'm not there
you,
yet.
you know, you got all the
I gotta
talking
think
time in the
about
world
this.
here. Just put yourself together. I would love to hear more about why you are cranky about the Sand King.
I'm not even cranky. It's so odd. It's weird that you're so willing. It's so crazy bold. It's just such a statement to say I'm willing to take Sand King in my first 2. What are you gonna do about it, basically? And not only am I taking Sand King in my first 2, I'm revealing that I have an Elder Titan as my other support, who is what we assume is gonna be a 5 Elder Titan, which is so weird. It's craziness. It's madness right here. But this is the same pairing they did last time too. Burrow Strike into Sunstrike and blah blah blah. Good Dota.
You have some strong feelings about Warriors Gaming Unity's draft. All right, we still got 2 picks.
I'm in a good direction, honestly. It's just I just can't believe how bold it is.
Let's see. We're gonna get Venomancers and whatnot. I'm trying to think of really unpicked heroes right now, and I'm completely drawing a blank. Let's see, what else? Treant Protectors.
Lena.
All right, that works too. Lena
this
picked
is
up.
literally the same draft.
Yeah, it is. It is, I believe, close to identical of what they've run before, which is just hella lockdown. You combo up 1 stun, and you've suddenly got 4 more to lay into the picture.
Trying to see if they've ran Sand King anything other than a 4 roll, because maybe they're.
I think
Are
I've
they
seen
gonna try
them run
an
a 3.
offlane Elder?
Oh, they could
yeah,
try that.
I mean, offlane Sanking's like decently popular right now with like Kezu still running it. Started off by Yoku like 2 years ago, year and a half back now. That was pretty solid for him too. But again, it's typically one of those offlaners you look towards when the rest are banned out and you see a decent opportunity to go for it. And last but not least, he can at least jungle a little bit. Like, but they're still tied. They're still, well, mostly just tied, honestly. But like still like offlane Timber or something, who by the way could be a pretty sick mid right now, honestly.
Yeah. For the Mongolz, I don't know if you have stats on hand. Do you know how many times Sanka's run that Juggernaut mid? Because I want to say I've seen it at least once before, as opposed to that Juggernaut going safe lane. I believe it's one of Sanka's comfort heroes.
They've definitely run it. Let me think here. At least not recently, not too much in the mid lane. At least from the games that I have on hand that I've been looking at, but it's definitely never out of the picture, right? Like plenty of teams are willing to like mix it up. I think it was like last week they ran it for that was Mr. Cat where they ran it mid, and then before that, not too much lately. So it's definitely viable though.
Absolutely. Now Mongols going into their fourth pick here. They still need a core. I'm assuming they still need an offlaner unless they're doing something crazy with Ogre Magi, which they shouldn't. I think Shadow Demon makes a nice little 5. I like the roaming potential of Ogre. He also just harasses so nicely in lane. Like, you max out that little ignite, and all of a sudden no one can do anything about it. Clockwork picked up. I don't know.
It's good for scouting the Sand King.
I've made my feelings about Clockwork
clear.
I don't like Clockwork as an offlaner.
Yeah, he can suffer, especially if they end up going now like position 1 Sand King, mid Invoker, and like some sort of a decent offlane jungler kind of a deal. Like you could just put the Sand King up against Clockwork, and Clockwork can't lane, and then that you just have like a dead hero.
Yeah, I mean, if he feeds too many times in lane, it's going to be very difficult for Mongols to climb back in this, because last game we saw them, find some sort of raw foothold for themselves and slowly but surely, like, ease their way back up to the top, and then finally one explosive team fight put them over the edge, and they were able to take game 1, but it certainly wasn't a for sure victory. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we got this totally easy net worth graph slowly coming in their favor. It was not that road at all, so Mongols, they've got to do something crazy drastic to get themselves a nice start here.
Yeah, what will be their final? Probably something mobile, like probably like a Queen of Pain ban or a Puck ban will be good here. Kind of calling up that Clockwork with that Juggernaut and trying to get up in there. Maybe someone else who benefits from the Bloodlust though, so maybe it is Queen of Pain who's like the best one.
I'm saying Luna. I'm still thinking the Shadow Demon Luna combo is too dirty to ignore.
That's definitely legit. No question about that. So that Jug mid, do your thing.
Yeah, that just does put such a weak lane on the Clockwork. Unless they want to duel him with the Ogre, I don't know. Not my favorite. I think of Clockwork more as a liability, especially in the first 10 minutes. But once it gets 6, Mongols do have some really nice gank potential.
Yeah, some teams have been kind of showing off that Ogre Magi +1, like Ogre plus Tidehunter going to the off lane is really good, just given that Bloodlust. But you can get the same idea behind a Clockwork for sure. I mean, all you have to do is actually get on top of someone, and Clockwork is still a free kill these days. They have no defensive plays once Battery Assault happens, right? If you get cogged, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, Sleep or LSA isn't going to save you from a Battery Assaulting Clockwork.
Alright, Alk last ban. Not quite sure that's what Mongols were looking at. That seems like would have been a little bit too greedy, but then again, Mongols may not know the meaning of greedy, as we're going to have last ban coming out. Warriors Gaming Unity, assuming they still need a safe laner. What do you think they want to go for here?
They have the last pick. Honestly, I think their draft is so versatile that they're just going to wait until the final hero before like really giving it. And well, they'll remove that Clinks. Good hero against Jug. Fairly high burst damage, trying to bring him down relatively early on, maybe while he's spinning or something, just with the ulti, or rather with the searing arrows. So final pick for them. I kind of agree that the Alchemist maybe not the pick that they were thinking of, but I do like some sort of like a mobile spellcaster here. I think it's hard to ignore that opportunity, even if you do go for like the mid Jug. I think it can survive and do its thing, and yeah, you can go for like this big pushy thing, but I don't think you can like fully attend to your hero down in the bottom lane. I think they only get one support. Clock's gonna need something.
Yeah, well, we'll see. If Clockwork wants to just kind of totally do his thing, like, Iron Talon Jungle Clock is not a thing I've ever seen, but if there's any game where I think it might be the better option, maybe this is it, because picking Clock into a Titan seems a little bit YOLO.
What about like a Magnus, actually?
Oh.
That could be a really good hero here.
That could be.
Like going with the Empower, working with the Mobile with the Clockwork. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
I like that. I'm still thinking Luna, again, just because I've seen the combination with Shadow Demon at least a dozen times now, but if we're getting creative, I think Magnus is my... Alright, snakes.
Okay, alright. I'm trying to look into this. This is good. They don't have any sort of mana burn naturally unless they're going to transition this into a Quas Wex Invoker, but with the Sand King and Lina combination, I think it's pretty clear they want this to be Exort. So maybe they'll just switch it up anyway, because then you're still adding a nice control element into setting up for the Elder Titan. So that might help you out, because I know the last time they had like a Sven that kind of set up for like the same sort of plays, and maybe with that element removed, they go back for something else. Now, if they want to go position 1, yeah, they'll just do the AM, exactly. So, interesting. Interesting.
So, Anti-Mage versus Dusa. This is going to be a game of carries here. It's just going to be basically these guys +4. I'm very excited to see it. I mean, maybe Warriors Gaming have a bit more credit to their Anti-Mage. Nana plays a nice Anti-Mage here, but Mongolz, it seems like they're going to be doing what they can. This will be a safe lane Dusa and mid Jug, which usually when these two are picked together, it is going to be the mid Dusa safe lane Jug. How do you think that's going to affect the game?
I'm not even sure if you might... I think you're right. I think it'll probably just be a mid Medusa still. They might just be player swaps, but I guess we'll see. To me, it would maybe show that they know how this like Sand King likes to rotate into the mid lane, and that's what their thought process is. Where it's like maybe Sand King's gonna jungle, right, and then Afu's gonna be in the off lane, getting that early experience on the other 10 that we've seen before, and he's gonna be kind of peeking his way into the mid, whereas Jug would survive against that better in the early game than a Medusa. So that could be the one situation, and they're kind of ready for that. But I also wouldn't be too surprised if they still just sent Medusa mid.
Oh, I remember this Sanka Juggernaut because it triggered Purge so hard. Purge is like all up in it because Juggernaut has like these really nice cosmetics, but then the default mask, and for some reason that totally got under his skin.
I've like never even seen it. It's like the only time I see the mask is like Muggernaut, honestly.
Yeah.
Who even uses the like everyone has like a billion masks. How can't you use one?
You are just like Purge.
I mean, I understand him. He's making some good sense here. He brings up a valid point.
All right.
Oh, go when ready.
Oh,
did you see that?
My God, these teams. Oh, default loss. I'm the admin. I can do that. All right, so we are back in the Dota action here. Just in terms of draft, who are you favoring?
I'm going to go with Warriors Gaming, honestly, the more I look at it. Just like the Clockwork's lane, questionable, so they're going to have to go for like an aggro. This is the play then. That's one good thing about Juggernaut. They'll have to send like solo Clock safe lane. Maybe that'll be enough to help the situation out. And, he's going straight to lane 2. Okay, he's not going to be doing any jungling madness. I guess maybe he can like jungle kind of half down bottom too with the Elder Titan. But it all depends on the G. I'm going to favor Warriors Gaming just because I think that they're going to be able to bring it back to game 3. I was expecting a 1-1 to get an AM versus a Medusa. What more can you ask for?
You know, I'm, as the contrarian here, I gotta go for Mongolz just because I think their play last game was pretty solid. Now they may be able to go in. They do get the disruption on Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage should be able to blink away here, is able to get back safely. And that does force Jug to go that level 1 Blade Fury, which obviously pretty standard, but that does burn up half his mana pool.
Yeah, he might just run back to Fountain, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
I think
that's
he can
probably,
stick it out.
I'd be out of there. I'd be like, nah, screw this. I need my mana.
Well, we'll see if a kindly support wants to feed him a little clarity going down, but should have a 1-1 rune split. I don't think we're going to see any blood too early on. Lena's still holding on to that skill point, not going to go for that Light Strike Array just yet. Mainly that Dragon Slave for last hitting, but in terms of lanes, are we going to get anything crazy unexpected?
The battle begins.
It doesn't seem like it. Clockwork is going to be taking up that long lane by himself. Look at that regen, though, so hopefully he's able to not get too dead. And, well, we're going to have, like you mentioned, that aggressive try-up here.
This is the thing, though. This is that matchup that we're mentioning, where if you can get your Sand King against the Clockwork, though, oh, it's just disgusting. This poor Clockwork. There's nothing you can even do. You can't even, like, do some sort of mana burn plays or something, because it doesn't matter. It's all just Caustic Finale. And Wen is just going to be obliterating him in lane. And on the other hand, I think their top lane's actually going to be pretty good. I don't think Elder Titan Lina is going to be very favorable. Man, that Lina skin looks sick. Oh, that was the Compendium thing.
Yeah, it looks awesome with the Arcana. All right. Wow, those cogs are a mess. Did you see them? They're so busy.
No,
Meanwhile, up top, okay, don't get distracted by hats. We might have kills here. Proxy gonna go slap some damage onto the Elder Titan. Spirit walking around. All these creeps doing a number onto Titan's fully nice little regen pool, but oh, maybe Ogre goes in. He levels up the Fire Blast first, not something we see typically. We usually see the points in Ignite, but then again, in a tri-lane situation, he is just a stun in a can wanting to go forward. AM farming against a Juggernaut relatively even for now, but these two supports, they're going to quickly run out of room just to play friendly. I think we're going to see a lot of blood coming out.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward, I think, for the Dire, because like they have to counterplay. They don't have any good initiation, really. Maybe when there's a couple levels up onto the Earth Spirit they can, but one good LSA from Zaki could just like end this lane, honestly, for the Radiant side, so they have to be really cautious.
Yeah, Proxy taking a couple shots here. Lina, I mean, that range on Lina is just fantastic here in terms of keeping these heroes back, so she'll just be a nice little harasser, and well, Juggernaut having to go through, already eaten up one of his tangos and looking for more. Light Strike Array does connect, maybe a couple more hits, but nothing too spooky there. AM taking a Fire Blast to the head, but so far just backing off. Meanwhile, Masquerade does get down to about half health again, eats up 4 tangos already, started with 8.
I don't know, look at these Caustic Finales though, like Wen is just constantly right-clicking every single one of these creeps.
I'm so scared of missing
you want
first
to
blood
come
right
near
now.
this lane? Don't come in. You want to come near the creep? Yeah, no last hits for you. Like, this is so good.
Dude, the Caustic Finale sound is so gross. I hate it.
Sounds like Diablo or something.
Yeah, it's like literally just like a blood balloon popping.
A blood balloon. Great. Thank you.
It's disgusting. Alright, either way, we've got a farm fest. Way too many heroes partying up top. We could have something going down, the Burrow Strike coming in, but just more pinches. When feeling very in control of this lane, the Clockworks found himself 9 last hits, but definitely not going to be able to go deep, not going to be able to get any kills in the Sand King. Look how busy those cogs are. That is just a visual mess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I see what you're talking about. I think I have those ones equipped too.
Ugh, reported.
I'm a bad person, what can I say?
We know. Alright, so again, Sanke just going back in. It is, like you mentioned, I know it's just a little late to the party to notice this, but it is going to be that Juggernaut played by Sanke. So role swapping here. Retribution taking up the mid on the Dusa. Nana eating up that Iron Branch tree, wanting to get that max regen. But is falling a little bit... they're about even in terms of last hits. Dusa, she's only got 6 to her name, but Invoker's got his little Forge Spirit to help him out. Dusa going for that max Snake build. No real big surprise there. So pretty standard everything. Nothing crazy.
Gonna be pretty chill this game, honestly. Like, Clockwork has to hit 6 before he can do anything. We're gonna have to look into a Blink Dagger for Wen before he really wants to get too active. Ajit is, of course, an Anti-Mage. And honestly, Jug and Anti-Mage are pretty similar in a lot of ways. Like, Juggernaut can rotate early with level 6, but realistically he wants Battle Fury too.
Oh, up top we could have some kills going down. There is going to be that Fire Blast coming out. Afu in some serious trouble, trying to go for the Stomp. We'll be able to get off the Stomp. Now Sanke is stuck in place. There's going to be Mana Burn coming out every which way. Elder Titan getting so low. Look at that. He's still up. He's still fighting the Spirit doing its work here. There will be a Sunstrike coming out. It will be dodged out by the Juggernaut. He's not going to get too low there. Elder Titan somehow surviving. Same story with the Ogre. He's going to get chopped down. A couple more hits should do it. The first blood comes out as Ogre hits the deck. And now there's another disruption coming out just to harass back the AM, but that's going to be pretty costly as all of a sudden Unity, they get blood on their anti-mage. That is so crucial.
Yeah, it's huge. And so far he's only committed into that 4-man shield, so he can go. Oh, Zaki!
Nah.
He's good. He's fine.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Boots not too spooky here. It's okay. Haste rune too. But yeah, so we can go in like a Ring of Health, and that's going to help against like the Shadow Poison harass, and even just the Ignite harass, and maybe just make it so only one support has to stay mid. Might get a little bit of a rotation here, but bottom lane, that Battery Salt. Oh man, getting a little bit unlucky here. Oh,
there we go.
Find the hits.
He got like 1. Oh, 2. There we go. Okay. Up top, we could have a little bit more harass onto Ajit, just going back, trying to farm up, but look at the mana burn, just completely plummeting Jug's pool.
Yeah, now Wen is also with this bottle, he's just salving up to. He's probably going to be able to control the route. Oh, but look who's coming down bottom. Whatever. He knows this is coming. This is smart by Masquerade.
He's got to know. Yeah, I mean, they don't really have anything to catch up with him, but they're just going to force him back completely to base. He's not going to be able to take any fun routes to the jungle.
Like, look at this ward top lane and just an Anti-Mage by himself. Like, come on, guys.
All right, there we go. Blink back. So nice reaction from the AM. Man, I don't like this style of ward. I cannot tell if it's Sentry or Observer.
Yeah, I hate it. I'm so done with that word. Like, especially when there's 2 next to each other and I'm actually playing a game and I can't tell which one's the Sentry right off the bat.
Yeah, it's...
I'm like trying to kill it first on the high ground. Oh.
It's like, you know that game where you have to like... I don't know. The colors are like written in... I'm not explaining this well at all. Down bottom.
You're really losing me here.
like it'll say red, but it's written in green font, and you have to say the name.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that. Like the ward looks blue, but you know it's Observer because of the yellow balls. Either way, kill down bottom. Clockwork able to go through. They will be able to get the Dragon Slave off. Maybe they get the strike here. Do they have the Burrow Strike? Not enough mana, just a little bit short. He's gonna go and.
She's got level 2 now, though. Get it!
Yeah!
Is under attack.
No, so close.
Damn, she had just skilled that up too, but not enough.
Alright, so Ogre, he's sitting there, he's got that magic stick, man, he's farmed. But he's going to be struggling to find anything. Again, this tri-lane costing some experience and some crucial heroes. Now this Snake starting to do some work. Nana suddenly with no mana, no ability to do anything. This tower going to take some harass. Double damage Dusa, certainly nothing to laugh at, even at just 6 minutes in the game.
Oh, top lane again too.
Yeah.
Burn all those mana thanks to those illusions. Always so good against AM.
You can't blink away. Shadow Poison going to be a little bit off the mark, so just to disengage here, but Unity, they're forced back, kept out of farm range for a little bit at least. And Juggernaut, he's doing alright. Looks like he is going to be perhaps going for that Battle Fury. I mean, do you think it's going to be Battle Fury first, or like immediate Manta Diffusal Fighting Rush?
I think it's a Battle Fury game. They understand that there's an anti-mage, and no matter what you do these days, I don't think you can stop the Battle Fury happening on AM at a reasonable time, so ideally just try and match it as best you can.
Mid lane, Dusa gonna get stomped up, just barely clipped. Do they have any sort of follow-up? They bring in 3 heroes, but they don't actually want to go for any kills here, so just spending some time for the dire supports. Meanwhile, top, Ajit once again gets disrupted, has to go back, so AM getting stalled out a little bit. Do you think he should spend a little bit more time in the jungle, or is safe lane the place for him to be?
I think they're really close to regaining it. They might even get it with this kill. Nice stun, though.
Oh, yeah, but they get the Light Strike array, and they should be able to follow up here. Just another raw click. Oh, the Sunstrike! It will be enough. Now, Juggernaut.
Sonke.
Yeah, he's going in.
Level 6 on AM from the kill.
Oh, this could be pretty spooky. He's not going to go and level up that Mana Void yet, though.
Yeah, he was like 10 mana short. He just gets it now. Jug also having a pretty small pool early on as well. Sonke? What?
Are you alright? Are you okay there? I don't think so. Was that ultimate really necessary? I feel like it was in right-click range for AM.
It was, you know...
Style points?
Authority. Dominance. Establishing.
Absolutely.
That's all it was.
Well, either way.
Mid lane. He's like faking out with 2 illusions. He's had one down
Oh,
by
the
lane.
Burrow Strike coming in. The Sunstrike to follow up. There's going to be an epicenter just to finish the job. This is Warriors
Gaming.
Gaming.
Down here?
Styling. Yeah.
He was walking it down around the creep wave, so it looked like it was his actual hero, and then he just walked the 2 illusions in the back.
Oh, nice.
That was very nice.
Oh god, too many kills coming down as Clockwork ends up going down. Clockwork feels like he always just ends up falling flat. He's got himself a kill. There will be a cold snap up. Man, Shadow Demon, he has just no HP pool at all. 4Gs, get it done. Come on, man. Oh, just barely. He lives with like 10 HP.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh man, if only he had mana for Sunstrike. He's got it in 1 second. Does he go for it? Let's see it. Come on, give me that. Do it.
Sunstrike it.
Nah.
Sunstrike it. I believe. Alright, smoke.
Guess Masquerade wants to come in here. Where is he going? He goes immediately to the mid lane, and Invoker's doing his thing. He's in the jungle. 3 points in the battery assault, though, so only needing 2 in the bottom line. That's pretty important. Be able to get a kill on the Invoker because of it. Oh, he's going to use that vision up top. He's going for that Lina.
Oh, hook shot connects. Yummy, yummy. Trapped in the cogs. The Light Strike array comes through. As Lina might be able to deal with this. No, we'll eventually get plopped down there. Nice little rocket flare coming through. And he takes her small camp, too, just to rub it in. There will be a rotation back in from Invoker, who's got the cold snap at the ready, so he's got to be a little bit careful. Anti-Mage comes in. There's the cold snap. I think Clockwork is fresh out of luck. Sunstrike comes in, feeding another kill right to the Anti-Mage. This guy has been bottle-fed since he was an infant, and now he is just 3-0-1, halfway to that Battle Fury. It's looking really good for Ajit.
Yeah, he just like turns his head and right-clicks someone and gets gold. Like everyone else is just doing all the work. It's great, typical AM contribution. Oh, courier, bloodlusted ogre, go!
Get it, get it! Oh no!
This runs right past his face. Unfortunately, too tanky at this point.
All right.
Speaking of which,
Ogre walks under someone's foot, but should be given a free pass back, unless he wants to just go full YOLO mode on this.
all right, he's good.
Yeah.
What about when he's almost got that blink dagger, And for him, probably the Dusa. Mostly just counterplays, I think will be his kind of a thing, right? He TPs in, he blinks, tries to stop the aim from dying in the top lane or something. That'll kind of be his life now.
No, you know, making sure carry lives is the big job of the supports now. We are going to have Clockwork ready to go. We'll get the cogs, so nice little bit of mana burn there, a little bit of stall out, but not going to be able to go and seal the deal. Now, like you mentioned, Wen picks up that blink. We'll see where he wants to go, if he wants to go for some sort of initiation here, because he does have the blink
with
epi.
Sunstrike.
Yeah, they might be able to go for this. He's channeling
Sun.
up the blink epi, and that will be a nice burrow strike. He does end up not going in for that epi. He cancels the epi. Sandstorm might be enough. It will be enough. All right, Wen doesn't completely blow it there, but may lose his life for this. Oh, but look at the raw damage here to the Ogre. Can he actually go in? Can he finish the job? They're trading last hits left and right. Oh, he does it! Nice work, Wen. I thought he was going to get punished very hard for that.
All right. Fail fish. Nice.
The
Okay.
spectator
I mean,
with
I'm
the
going to
face
allow
palm.
that, honestly.
As the admins of this tournament, I will let that pass.
No, we'll let it go. I think we're alright with that one.
I think both teams are probably feeling that, like, oh god, that shouldn't have happened. All right, either way, up top.
Okay, once revenge bottom. Oh, we get stunned mid Omni slash.
No, I'm looking top here. We got the blink away. There will be a follow-up here from Spirits, getting double stomps, triple stomps, coming back on in. Disruption ends. They will be able to plop down Shadow Demon. It does take a stun. Can they actually keep him locked down here? That's going to be the play. He does have the blink now, just comes off. And now there will be another stomp to follow up. Ogre. Oh, unfortunate, as Deuce says. She's got the Stone Gaze ready to rock. We are going to have that hook shot ready in 1 second, but no more mana. There we go. There's the wand charge at the ready if they need it. Medusa, she's screaming. Everyone turn into stone, but they're all facing away. It's just going to be the creeps taking the advantage of that. Now there is going to be Afu locked in the cogs. Snake to finish the job, so Dusa coming in, showing her stripes. Now Ajit sitting there in the corner.
Oh, they want the Sunstrike. They're calling for it. They're pinging.
Nah, they good.
Doesn't look like he's going to throw it out. He wants it for his gank on the jug. Oh, it's actually too low mana to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Burrow Strike off the mark just a little bit. They might be able to get the follow-up here as Blade Fury ends. They can go in. They do have Cold Snap if needed, and it looks like that's going to be the kill. They get the Light Strike Array, and one more hit means Invoker's now on a killing spree.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And now back top, Afu just like trying to defend this. But not too shabby. Able to hold it. And things just looking so good for Warriors Gaming. Great rotations. Finding all these little side angles here. And maybe they can transition it to an actual objective, though, right? Like, they don't have the best tower pushing lineup until Nana actually shows up, just because they're running, like, this Saiyan King off lane.
Alright.
Farming.
I think Titan might be
might
in a
be
world
dead.
of hurt. He's trying. He throws out the Earth Splitter just to be like, go away, I have friends. And there is going to be some TPs in. They're going to bring in the epicenter. This could be a huge turnaround. Okay, we got the cogs coming back in as looks like Sand King will get stuck in the trees temporarily. He's got his blink out. He will go in. We'll take a couple battery assaults to the back of the face. And then there is going to be Medusa slipping around. She does not have any mana to go in and defend against this. So it looks like Juggernaut coming in. He's got the Omni as well. Oh, this would be a fantastic Omni if he can get it off. He hops in. The bounce is a little bit sub-ideal. He will end up starting that spin. He wants to go in onto Wen, but won't be able to find the kill. So in the end, just going to be Clockwork dropping down. Sand King ends up getting out with his life, but so does Anti-Mage. So I guess that's like, all that matters is Anti-Mage can't die.
Yeah, good plays by Wen there. Not only just like body blocking him into those trees, but he was also making sure he couldn't hook shot to safety. Songcase positioning, waiting for the blink, trying to get one more right click. That was pretty good.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah.
under attack.
All right, so Juggernaut sitting on a lot of gold here. But does he have anything in his courier? Or is he just a little bit poor at 14 minutes?
Yeah, he's slightly poor, right? Like he's down 800 below his own Medusa, about 1300 below the AM.
Oh, do they actually have the follow-up here? Can they get the stun before the blink comes out? No. Oh, but they do get the slow here. Are they actually able to follow up with anything? No. Courier coming back in. They get the stomp of the back lines. There is going to be the Titan looking very, very angry. Does not want to see Anti-Mage go down. Anti-Mage fresh out of mana. There will be the Burrow Strike coming back in as they're able to turn things onto the Shadow Demon, who just got a little bit too aggressive trying to chase down an Anti-Mage. You are position 5 against a position 1. That's a disparity that's going to end up hurting you.
Yeah, now Nana has just like been living the life down here. This is every XR invoker. Look at this Juggernaut. He can't even contest Nana. He just loses all his HP.
Oh, going with the Sunstrike. I mean, they want to chase this
went
guy
with
down
the
to the
juke
ends of the
play.
earth. Lina ends up dropping down up in the mid lane. Clockwork gets a nice hook, but I mean, Invoker just letting everyone off right now with a bit of a warning. He is controlling this
Dire's
territory.
middle
Radiant
tower
don't feel
is
safe
under
in their
attack.
own bottom lane.
He's so farmed right now. Like, yeah, honestly, just go Boots of Travel, I think. And his only concern might be he doesn't want to do it because of the clockwork. And, like, his life is kind of fine without them right now because he is an AM who's kind of doing his own split-pushing farming thing. So maybe, like, a Force Staff first might actually be better this game. In fact, I kind of like that. It looks like he still wants his Yules, though.
Yeah, I mean, he picks up another Windlace on top of his drums, so should be going for the Yules, which is just another component of Lockdown that I think is going to be so crucial up against, you know, slippy heroes like that Dusa. Just she starts with the Stone Case, just Yules her up, walk away, ignore her for the moment.
I'd be against it usually if it wasn't for the fact that Wen is mega farmed at 405, so he actually almost has his own Blink Force Staff.
Oh, this is going to be huge. He's able to go. He gets the Burrow Strike off. They've got the follow-up damage. The Stomp is just going to be brutal. Oh my golly, he is 504. And now Anti-Mage as well is going to be 602. I think this might be Unity starting to run away with this as they are able to get an Ogre kill once again. That unfortunate Ogre has fallen 6 times already. Looking at overall net worth, 7,500 now for Unity. We're going to have an Earth Splitter rocking out. Can they actually get a kill here? There should be enough damage to go and maybe lock down the Clockwork, but Blade Mail keeping him nice and healthy for now. Either way, Lina drops, but that's a worthwhile trade so far. They should be able to exert some pressure onto the bottom tower as well. Oh, the Burrow Strike barely clips. Are they actually able to get off a stomp here? They bring in the ultimate, Medusa, with that Stone Case, but she should end up going down. Oh my.
He's got Burrow.
Oh, God. No, when? That's so unfortunate. That's going to be a big bounty split up amongst a couple of heroes. So, payday.
Wow. All right. Nicely played. Nicely played. That's a huge comeback, actually. It's like 2,100 gold swing.
Alright, so Invoker still leading out the chart in terms of net worth. He's got himself enough to finish off that Yules if he'd like to go for that right now. Might just be saving up if he wants to go for, you know, bigger prizes. Just let's go straight Hex, 17 minutes in, let's see it. But no, it's Boosted Travels, which makes a lot of sense.
That is interesting, though. Like, it is kind of scary when you just had that little bit of a loss there, and you're going Boots of Travel, you beat it on your own. It's understandable to get him now that he just died, though, because he's skipping eventually anyway and doesn't want to waste any more gold. But top lane, they should Laguna this to death.
Yep, bye. It takes Olazaki's mana pool, but that little Shadow Demon out of the picture for 30 seconds is enough for the Dire to feel nice and safe. Now, meanwhile, Retribution able to go and hammer out a bunch of damage onto this mid tower. Going to be finishing off that, what appears to be... I mean, are we going to see a full Manta up first, or is this Linken's or casual Yasha? What's going down?
I think it'll be Linken's. It's a pretty good Linken's game, honestly.
Yeah.
Just between Laguna Blade as well as the AM. Like, they don't have anything to really cancel it other than, like, Cold Snap or something. And honestly, you'd be pretty happy if Cold Snap's out of the picture.
Yeah. Alright, just a little bit weird to see that casual Perseverance sitting in the inventory for so long, because it's really not cost-effective stats.
It's okay. I like it. You gotta, like, you just go right into the Linken's. I think it's alright.
So when here, he is ultra farm, going to pick up a Force Staff for himself, and they are going to be flying in Invoker to this mid lane, able to go easily take apart this tower, so it should be a tier 1 for tier 1 trade. Maybe Dusa tries to go through and push her luck and try to take out the tier 2, but either way, Warriors Gaming Unity are feeling very comfortable in their advantage right now. Still over 5,000 in their favor.
Yeah, they should be able to easily clear up bottom lane, honestly, and possibly even the Jug with it, and then go right for Roche. Forge Spirit, I think they know where Sunka is. Probably assuming he TP'd out.
Yeah, that's a Sunstrike. It goes, burns half his health. He goes for the TP. They got no way to cancel that. Oh my, that is a lot of damage. Alacrity, that's good.
Man, I had to check if he had a DD rune. That is absurd. Nana going back. He's setting up. He's got the Epicenter. He's got the Force Staff. Medusa has the ulti, though. This is a really tough play to make.
I don't know if Side King can do this one alone.
He's trying to set up for the TPs to come in, though.
Dire's top tower is
Definitely making some space. Maybe trying to force out an ult or two to make sure it's a little bit easier. Now just goes in, buys himself some time. This could be a Roshan coming out. Yeah, Nana walks into the pit and is just going to Alacrity himself up. Should melt fairly quickly. I mean, they don't have the most negative armor, but either way.
Forward Spirit's Dota, though. I mean, they're ridiculous. They're absurd.
Yeah, these little 4Gs hit harder than Shadow Demon. A scan reveals that Zaki's in the picture, so at least Radiant know exactly what's going on. They do feel a little bit safer to go in onto the Sand King, knowing that a couple of heroes are going to be invested in the Roche pit now. Smoke up. They're looking for someone to step out of position, or at least just looking to make sure this tower isn't going to be counter-pressured, but for now. When scrambling to the pit, going to help out his team. Roshan does end up melting. They are going to give the Aegis to the anti-mage, making sure that he's not going to give up that nice little 6 streak he's got going on. And now TP's back to the top lane. The tower does go down, but there will be rotations back in. Medusa, Stone Gaze popped out for the Lina, but they're going to bring in everyone else. Earth Splitter popping out. Elder Titan looking for something in the back lines. Nana still alacrited up. They will be looking for more on the back. Okay, that's going to be a big commit there. They're looking for a couple. Yeah, I mean, oh gosh, that's Clockwork going with the Rocket Flare to get the Elder Titan down, but we're not done with the fight as Anti-Mage trying to 1v1 the Clockwork. They are going to bring in the Omni Slash Juggernaut, who's going to be invised up. Can they actually go for this? They will. Aegis burn, so at least they had the second life, and that wasn't a big streak going to the Juggernaut, but still unfortunate for the AM. He just got that prize, doesn't want to have to give it up.
Yeah, good little flare to cancel out any blinks that might be chasing him down there by the Sand King, but so in the end, that probably still favors the Dire, right? I mean, they lose the Aegis, unfortunately, but I think that you're pretty happy with that. They're still content enough to keep pushing. You have Vlad's. The Juggernaut has nothing. It's a pretty solid little fact right there. I actually really don't know why he didn't go back to Battle Fury. Like, up against a Quas Exort Invoker and an AM, like, you know that these lanes are going to be mad pushed. And he can't fight anyway. Like, Yasha's not going to let you fight.
We'll have to see as this tower is going to be falling. We'll see if Anti-Mage gets that last hit. Yeah, he's doing really well in terms of net worth, keeping himself on par with the Invoker, who at 22 minutes in is like supposed to be hitting that power peak right now, and he's doing a fantastic job keeping up. Anti-Mage farms very, very quickly once he starts to get online, but it usually takes him a little bit before he's really able to go and get that scary. Now, we are going to have Zaki, unfortunately, give his life here, but at least his cores get out alive.
Yeah, just another, or a small drop in the bucket, I should say, I guess. Heading towards the rating side. At least Medusa's keeping up, at the very least. You know, just getting a little bit of gold from these small pickoffs. Got a Lincoln Sphere done now. Heading towards that Manta next, or perhaps something else we'll see. I don't know, maybe like a Dragon Lance. A little bit more damage, try and group up, try and fight some.
I think it's going to be a Manta.
And just maybe, you know, kind of a standard item we see every single game.
You know, my 500 MMR analysis, I feel like that's a Manta. I feel it in my bones. But either way, we're going to have Juggernaut. I mean, we can't really count him out. I've seen Sanke play the Juggernaut a couple of times before, and it seems like, it's falling a little flat. It's not really having a huge impact just yet, but he has a lot of room for growth, I think, more so than the Anti-Mage. I think Anti-Mage is going to 6-slot himself very quickly, and he can still hit incredibly hard, but Juggernaut can just kind of keep pace with him and outlast him a little bit. Deafening blast.
Yeah, I know, just like casual. Okay.
Juggernaut just sat there. He's like, all right, okay, this is my life now.
Yeah, he's not quite sure what he's up to yet either. Almost able to purchase up the full Manta if that's what he wants. But we'll see. Like, he has a lot of things that he needs this game. He needs a Blink Dagger. He needs, I still think, maybe Battle Fury, unless like some fight goes miraculously well in the next like 2 minutes. Look at this Invoker, too. Just non-stop pushing bottom lane. Like, this is not your jungle anymore. Like, this whole area is property of the Dire. Goes about up to, you know, over here. So
well,
it's very difficult when we get to
this Radiant Hero is looking to take back what's theirs. This Anti-Mage going to take a full Omni Slash, is able to blink away from the Stone Gaze. Now that's a big cooldown, and they bring in a double damage Sand King. Alright, I think this is not going to work out so hot for them, as Wen looks to be going in. The Burrow Strike off the mark, but is just going to go for the body blocks. There will be a Meatball dropped out, not going to connect onto Dusa just yet. Tornado up in the air to hold her in place. Ice Wall as well. She's looking for something. She's got her Force Staff if she needs it, but can they keep her stunned in place? She's trying to go for something here. Will get splatted down. Now the Laguna Blade ices out the Juggernaut, and that will be another kill going the way of Zaki. So that seemed like not the best rotation for Mongolz.
What the hell? Like, why is your Medusa and Juggernaut alone in the enemy jungle? Like, I know you have a lot of vision, but I don't think that's the play.
It's the cool kids carry club. Now we are going to have Clockwork stunned up briefly by the Burrow Strike. Goes for the Blade Mail to try to stall out the inevitable, but you've still got Wen with the Epicenter available. Does he channel it now, or does he wait for high ground? Because it seems like the world is his oyster. He's melting a little bit low, has to be a bit careful, but Burrow Strike to finish the job should be fantastic here. Is going to go in, temporary invis. He is feeling mighty low. Dodges out that last spray of Shadow Poison, so he's going to be alright for now. Should be able to TP back home if he'd like to. There will be a disruption coming back out, but oh my, on the back lines, Anti-Mage running out of control. You can feel it. Sand King, he's not ready to back off. He's ready to group up and fight with his buddies. Oh, look at them go. And look at this tower. It's just dropping.
Radiant's middle tower has
Man,
fallen.
Warriors game night and day. Compared to last game, they look very good. This Invoker from Nana is just like two thumbs way up here. Now into that blink dagger, ditch that. Oh, actually, he still has the wind lace. Alright, he's got boost travels now. Alright, he's just spamming exhort. I like it. Bam, 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 bam.
Gotta get that Sunstrike. Oh, it's going. Where is it? Where is it?
Triple fire.
I heard it.
He was just farming range creeps.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, it was,
Yeah.
top lane.
Alright, so everyone's sitting back, getting the next big items. But, I mean, overall net worth lead is starting to get towards that danger zone. 15,000 in favor of Warriors Gaming Unity at 25 minutes in the game. So, if you're Mongolz, what's your call? Like, how do you get back in this?
That's a interesting question. You have to look towards something like this Clockwork, right? Like, this is a hero that just doesn't do anything in downtime. Can't farm well. It's impressive enough that he's came in with his Juggernaut. Actually, I can't tell if that's impressive or disappointing on the Juggernaut's point, but either way, he is surprisingly farmed considering the circumstances and the other heroes on his team. But Blade Mail, Force Staff, if he could somehow catapult into the Aghanim Scepter with a couple good pickoffs, like if he gets a bounty on like Invoker or something like that. That's
Speaking of Invoker, Retribution just gonna get handled a little bit. Having to go back onto the high ground. They will bring the Elder Titan. They get the stomp off. This could be huge. There's no more mana. Oh my, she is gonna take full damage here. Anti-Mage comes in. Typical Anti-Mage team fight. Blinks in, gets the last hit, gets the credit for the kill. Nana returns the favor, takes away his prize, and that's gonna be two heroes, two very important heroes going down. As Invoker with a double kill, we could be getting close to a GG here as the kill score is more than doubled up, almost tripled up in favor of Warriors Gaming Unity.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I mean, I don't know. Do you like ban Sand King? Like, when is insane? He's 6-1 and 10 on offlane Sand King. Oh, to be fair, he got like the easiest match of his life. They tried to go like aggro because it makes sense, right? You pick this Sand King and you go for a more harder farming safe lane because that way they have to put this pressure on, and Sand King wrecks any other offlaner one-on-one. So it makes it very difficult to aggro try into their team because you're sacking your offlaner like to all hell. Typically offlaners are like happy with the aggro try.
Juggernaut. Alright, well that was GG.
Yo,
yeah, that's
nice
GG
cogs,
worthy
though.
right there. Very nice cogs, but the problem is even through the Blade Mail, Invoker is still able to go through and rip you apart. So the Ancient will be crumbling any second here in favor of Warriors Gaming Unity. And you know what that means, Smallpox?
Well, I think it means we get a game number 3.
Oh, it does indeed.
Yeah,
What are you hoping we
good
see
stuff
for
right
game
there.
number 3?
This Sand King again, honestly. That was sick. I can't believe he can just like pick at first phase and then they just like Mongols like walked into their trap of like, hey, why don't you guys aggro try into a really hard farming anti-mage? That sounds like a really good idea. I think you guys should do that. And then Wen just like gets a free game out of it because he's up against a Clockwork.
All right, so that is going to be it for game number 2. But stick around, the final game of the day. More Mr. Cat coming at you in like 5 minutes as we set up the next lobby. So we'll play you into some more tunes. I'm Annie, that's Mott Pax. Please join us for more Mr. Cat action here on moonducktv.